I'm getting into this video today and I'm going to talk about why people you know don't really like your content. So if you haven't seen my video of me getting banned temporarily on my dating app, then you should go and see that and then come back to this one. But let me just get into this one because people that you know, I haven't actually talked about this enough, but some people may actually like your content, but you'll never really know. They might watch it privately, they might look in the comment section. You have to realize every single person has different opinions. So the fact that no one says anything in your videos, it means that they're not even watching the video all the way through, or they basically don't want to really help you grow in a way. No one has something to critique you on. So you have to realize that if no one comments anything negative, that will somehow help you improve. You realize that your videos are going to be the same, you're going to attract the same people. And I wanted to add that when you get positive comments, it means you're attracting new people, they like what you have to say. And I wanted to add, when it comes to really creating videos, and no one you know really likes it, it shouldn't really bother you because you have to realize there's some people that don't really use social media a lot. You have to realize that people do use social media, it's just that not everyone's on it a lot. And you have to realize when you're trying to make content, when you're trying to put yourself out there, you need to be on social media a lot so that new people can meet you. Because the thing is, it's okay that people you know don't really see your content, or sometimes they do, but they don't really have anything to say about it. Basically, no one can stop you from doing content except yourself. Because firstly, you have to plan when are you doing the video, you have to plan what the video is about. Sometimes you need other people to inspire you to do a video. You realize that you like one thing, but the person that you know, they like something else. And you realize that when you have a discussion, that you both don't seem to have anything in common. And it is okay because people that know you and they still are really hanging out with you, you have to realize it's not because of your content, but it's because of who you are as a person. And I wanted to add that when people don't support you and they know that you post content, it's because, for example, let's say it works out, you realize you're going to attract so many different people in your life and they won't really know what it is that you're up to because they're not really watching your content. And that's another thing, people won't really know what you're up to until they see your content. You're trying to make sure that you get attention from good people and to get people's attention that actually are like you. What people say, where energy flows, attention goes, is because you're trying to promote positive content, you're trying to help people through your content, and you realize you're going to attract people that are more like you that actually do it. Because you have to realize people that you know, they have their own lives, they have things that they want to do, and they're not always on their phone. And you have to realize it's good, but it's also bad. Because the thing is, they won't really know what's really happening with you and with other people around the world. But then what's really good about it is that they don't have to feel overwhelmed and they can choose to leave if they want to. You wouldn't want it to be that you do content and then you depend on someone else. Because when you're depending on someone you know, you realize that they won't always show up. And when they don't show up, you start to get disappointed. You need to start setting expectations for yourself and to show up for yourself. Because you don't want it to be that someone that you don't know, they are the ones that are supporting you, but then you don't actually talk to them at all because you're so fixated on the people that you already know. And when I mean fixated, it's because you start to want to hang out with people that you know all the time. You realize that they have busy schedules and you're depending on just one person. So you have to realize people that you know, they do have busy schedules. And I do understand that if people want to support you, they would. And you have to realize that when you're so obsessed with people that you know, in other words, fixated, you realize it's harder for you to actually get to know new people because you expect that person to always be with you, you expect that person to like your videos all the time, and you expect that person to always agree with you. Because the thing is, I used to be a person that I don't really like criticism. I used to take things personally. If people said that I needed to do this better, I'll basically take it personally and I would not like that person for the entire day. And you have to realize how you feel about a person on one day, it is going to change. When you get to know people, you realize you're going to disagree on topics, you're not always going to get along. And I was going to say, you know how you expect someone else to be keeping up to date with you? You have to realize that that's really the same thing with them, which I am trying to work on, because the more that I'm doing content, I realize that I keep to myself. I'm not really checking out what people are doing all the time. And I know it's healthy, but at the same time, it's really unhealthy, because I seem to have an unhealthy obsession with really doing videos now, where I have a schedule. I upload a video first before I sometimes eat breakfast. Like even now, I should be eating my breakfast, but I thought do this video because the earlier that I do a video, I realize it will help someone else out. And it saves me from having to do a video later when I might not be in the mood. So basically, why is it that some people want to follow people only to just look at what they're doing? They don't seem to like it. They don't seem to comment. They don't seem to at least reach out to the person privately to say that they're doing a good job. I think the reason is because people may be busy. People may find it awkward because they don't really talk as much. And the thing is, when you don't have things in common with people, you start to try and drag a conversation even though you know it's better to end it. If you're doing something and people that you know, they don't like it, they don't have anything to say to you anymore, and they think that you've changed, that you think you're better than someone else, you realize that that's really their thought process. But you have to realize that when you're doing something for yourself, it's because you're tired of the life that you're living right now. You're just tired of seeing what other people are doing, but you're not doing anything yourself. And I wanted to say, when you think you're better than people, you shouldn't think like that. I want to improve for myself rather than thinking that I'm better than someone else. So when you improve on yourself, you realize you're trying to change your habits, you're trying to wake up earlier, you're trying to be more disciplined rather than motivated. And you realize that people that do support you, they are going to want to spend more time with you, and to realize that you need to give things time. Because when you give things time, you realize that if people choose to leave you and then they come back later, you realize that they get to see that you kind of leveled up. And that's the thing, because you have to realize no one's really the same person that they was. And every single person, hopefully, is changing for the better. Because you wouldn't want it to be that people are changing from good to bad. People should be changing from bad to good. So that's what I'm going to say, because you don't want it to be that someone's negative all the time, that you're only around that person because you've known them for a long time. And the last thing that I'm going to say about content is because you have to realize some people love it or some people hate it. Some people just hate a camera being in their face. Some people don't know what to say when a camera's in their face. So that's what I'm going to say when people hate it. And some people love it because it helps them to express themselves. It gives them something to do besides from like going to work. But then also you have to realize that when it comes to content, it's really about you. If you're making content where you're making fun of other people, you're not really helping people, you realize that that type of content isn't really about you, and you're just looking for ways to really spread negativity. But when it comes to content being about yourself, you're going to new places, you're doing self-improvement. If people don't really like your content and they look at your videos but they don't support it in any way, then that's really it. Those people aren't really meant for you. So that's why if anyone wants to unsubscribe, you can do that. But anyone that is subscribed, I thank you for your support. I could say more in this video, but I can't think of anything else, except I'm looking forward to the summer. So for anyone that's new, you can like this video and you can comment down your thoughts down below. And I'll see you again soon.